I'm back. You called it. I'm back, ladies and gentlemen. And welcome to the season 3 premiere of Tonight with Bruce Martin. I'm your host, Bruce Martin. And let me tell you something. We got one hell of a show for you tonight. Oh, man, the host of Home of Halloween's You Run podcast, Scott Harden, is on the show tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And it's getting dark. It's getting dark. What's going on with the lighting, huh? There you go. All right. Almost lost you for a second. But yes, we are back. What was I saying? What was I saying? I just started the show and there's already malfunctions going on. What's happening out there? But yes, we got great music performances by Pussycherry. And also another great music performance by Tempt right here tonight. Ladies and gentlemen, you just heard the news right now. You just heard the music. Telemachus is going to be the new intro music all the way to season 3. Well, through season 3. We're on season 3. We're on the season premiere of season 3. But they're going to be playing all the way through. They're going to be the new intro music. So I want to thank them for being a part of the show. I think that's pretty badass. But yeah, welcome to the show, ladies and gentlemen. I missed you too. But if those of you who are following me on Instagram, you know I've been planning this for some time. I'm happy to be back. We got a great show for you tonight. Great movie review, believe it or not, Face Off. Look forward to that. That's going to be pretty cool. Face Off, the movie review, 1997. It's getting dark again. What's happening? Why is it getting dark? That happened earlier today. It was a malfunction. That's why I'm a little late. 1,000 pardons. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, look forward to the rest of the show. This monologue is going to be a little short, not too much to report. You guys already know the world's going nuts. Okay, whether it's the COVID, the Delta, or the taking away the women's rights, the world is going insane. Okay, and let me just say this. Okay, let me say this out of my own mouth. No man has a right to tell a woman what to do with her body. I'm serious about that too. That wasn't a joke. No man has no right to do that. And what's happening right now with the women, you know, the government taking away women's rights. Are you kidding me? Like, what year are we in? Okay, the fact that it took so long for them to get rights is insane by itself. Okay, they should have always had rights. Okay, there's a episode of The Honeymooners where Jackie Gleason says, there'll be no America without Christopher Columbus. And his wife, Audrey Meadows, Alice, she says, there'll be no Christopher Columbus without his mother. You pretty much understand where I was going there. But yeah, like I said, it's just crazy times. I hope it gets overturned. I hope the women don't have to go through drastic measures to do what they have to do to protect themselves, you know, because there's a lot of crazy people out there, rapists, this and that, you name it, family members, incest. It's insane. And all we can just hope for. And, you know, the fact that there's people out there that actually support this bill, it's mind-boggling because I look at them and I look at their accounts and I'm like, okay, you have a family. What if this would have happened to one of your family members, for God's sake? Like, think about that for a second. You know what I mean? And I know probably 1, 2, maybe 3 people that support that bill probably will be watching. Let me tell you something. You should be ashamed of yourself. Turn this shit off right now because I don't think you want to see the rest of the program, okay? Because let me tell you something. You guys are sick in the head, all right? I don't know what the hell Joe Biden's doing about the situation. They keep saying, oh, he's going to do something about it. I'm still waiting to see what he's going to do about it. I mean, when you really think about it, whether it's COVID, Delta, or the women's rights, you know, Biden's up here. Governors are down here. Americans are down here, right? So the governors are pretty much ruining it for everybody. What are you doing up there, Biden? Come on. I mean, yeah, you want to do the mask mandates, you want to do vaccinations and this and that, you want to do what you got to do just to save America, okay. But we got a lot of bigger problems too at the same time. Crime is at an all-time high right now, crime. Whether it's in New York, Cali, Texas, anywhere, crime is just out of control. But yet you don't see the governors of their state doing anything about that. They took away the crime unit in New York City. That's one of the reasons why the crime is at an all-time high in New York. I mean, come on now. Because they're trying to save money? Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. And then on top of that, the Delta variant's out of control. Many people are dying. And if I could just say one thing about that, wear your mask. Whether you're vaccinated or not, wear your mask. Okay? It's not that hard to do. Okay? If you have a breathing problem, send somebody else to the grocery store or work from home. Do what you got to do. But at the same time, wear a mask. Protect yourself. Protect your family. Protect the people around you. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just happy to be back. I'm happy to be back here. Like I said, we got a great show for you tonight. We got more guests coming up later in the season. We got actors, directors, comedians, you name it, everybody, podcast hosts. A lot of people that I really, admire and stuff like that are going to be on the show. So look forward to that. The show's only going to go up from here. But yes, other than that, and some quick movie news. We have, believe it or not, Matrix 4, the new trailer for Matrix 4 just got released. That is pretty badass. Also, The Expendables 3 or 4, one of them, just got released, like, the information about Expendables 4. So that's going to be pretty cool. Sylvester Stallone returning to the franchise of The Expendables. Beverly Hills Cop 4 confirmed for Netflix. Eddie Murphy returning as Axel Foley. That's going to be pretty badass. In other news, we got Tony Todd. He's actually, believe it or not, going to be voicing Venom in a new PS5 video game. That's pretty cool. Tony Todd, man, I'm telling you right now, Candyman, can't get better than that. He should have been the main character in a new Candyman movie. I mean, the guy still has the look, still has the stature, everything like that. The voice, come on. Does everything have to be changed? I don't know. That's what's happening nowadays. But that is what's happening in the movie world, ladies and gentlemen. Let's change the subject. Let's talk a little bit about what's been going on with the wrestling world, the wrestling community. I'm not a wrestling fan anymore, but I know most of my followers are, and I just want to get my 2 cents in for a minute of your time. Yes, CM Punk made his long-awaited return to professional wrestling after 7 years and 2 UFC losses. Now, pretty much he came back. He's now in AEW. AEW is on the rise. WWE is in one spot. Hasn't moved since. WWE, man, is just boring as hell. I don't watch it, but I still see it on Instagram. Somebody sends me a clip here and there. Boring as hell. Now, you got AEW. They got Sting. Sting is a legendary wrestler. They got Daniel Bryan now. They got a few other people. I think it's pretty cool. AEW got to give them some credit. They're actually spending their money on real talent, and they know how to use their talent. That's why people are going, the more viewers are going towards AEW than WWE. And Mick Foley, I'm not going to post a video, but recently the legendary Mick Foley, Mankind, released a video criticizing the WWE. And he's in the right. He's in the right. You guys can check the video out online, anywhere you can get your videos. But yeah, Mick Foley pretty much criticizes the WWE for their handling of the talent and why AEW is going to keep on shining for the foreseeable future. Anyways, that's going to be it for the wrestling news. I'm just happy to be here. I'm happy to be back. And all I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, we have a great movie review coming up, Face Off, which is coming up next. Then a great interview with the host of Home of Halloween's You Run podcast, Scott Harden, will be here. I want to give a shout out to a good friend of mine too, and that is Mark, believe it or not, Mark Wilson, ladies and gentlemen, MW Horror Reviews on Instagram. He does his reviews like no other, and I want you guys to go check him out on Instagram. He's the real deal. But Mark, yeah, man, appreciate you, man. Good friend right there, and go check out his stuff. He does a great review of a lot of movies, mainly horror. That's why it's called NW Horror Reviews. But yes, great shout out right there. Also, we got an appearance, ladies and gentlemen. An appearance by a good friend. Ladies and gentlemen, Will the Vokies will make a special appearance on this program. So don't go anywhere. We have a lot of stuff to cover. Okay. Oh, and by the way, I almost forgot my 1,000 pardons. My girl Liliana is now the new announcer for the show. So I want to give her a round of applause. Yes. I see it went dark again. I see this kid going dark. What's going on? Do you guys see what I see? I see darkness. Maybe it's just me. I don't know. Maybe I'm going blind. But yeah, she's a new announcer for the show, and I couldn't be happier. Now, she used to do behind the scenes. Now she's going to be being more active with the program. I'm really appreciative of her, and I love her, and I'm so happy that she's doing this. Now, before I get to the movie review, I just got to say this quick story that happened about a week ago when we had a lot of rain. She loves the rain. She loves the rain. She'll do anything in the rain. Anything in the rain. But real quick, I'm telling you right now, I was in my slippers, my shorts. I was just relaxed. She's like, "Hey, let's go shopping." I'm like, "Sure, let's go." I didn't want to put on those shoes. So I went outside. I noticed she has an umbrella. Keep in mind, it looks beautiful outside. It was a beautiful day. Now, long story short, we go shopping. It starts raining. I hear the rain outside, and I'm like, well, I'm wearing the wrong footwear, okay? I'm wearing freaking chancletas, okay? That's what they call them over here and everywhere else. So I'm wearing chancletas, and I'm over there, and I'm like, Jesus Christ. So I'm carrying 6 bags as I walk out of the store. 6 bags. I got water. I got teas. I got Cokes. I got you name it. I got meat out the wazoo. Now, one thing leads to another. The puddles start piling up, the thunder starts coming down, and I'm like, how am I going to get across the street to my ride? So one thing leads to another. She's like, what's taking you so long? I'm like, I'm carrying heavy shit here, and I got slippers on, chancletas, for God's sake. Long story short, again, I keep saying long story short, but I'm still going with the story here. I'm not done yet, but I'm almost done. So I go through the puddle. I lose a slipper. I'm walking with one slipper on my freaking foot. So I lost it. She's laughing. She got her bread because she's only carrying the bread. I don't know what it is with the women and, I'm only going to carry the bread. She's got her umbrella. I'm over there drenched, one slipper, the other one's floating somewhere else. It went up the road. I don't know. Probably went down a drain. I started looking for it. I can't find it. Okay, I found like another person's slipper. It was gross. The point of the story is this, ladies and gentlemen. Men, I'm talking to you men. When your woman wants to go out shopping, make sure it's a beautiful day. Check the weather ahead, okay? Because I feel like she did this on purpose for something I did. I don't know what I did, but I had to do something to deserve this, okay? I do miss that slipper, though. Moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Coming up next, a great movie review, Face Off with John Travolta, Nicolas Cage. You don't want to miss that, huh? Do you? Do you? I'll see you then. Don't go anywhere.
Can I have my money now? Hi, I'm Nicolas Cage with a movie review for Tonight with Bruce Martin. The movie was really good. Can I have my money now? Okay, sing Fit Like a Condom. You didn't deviate from the plan, did you, Martin? That's what the boys are for. Hiding our famous faces. Bruce, I love you so damn much, I'll have to kill you. Bro. You guys are supposed to protect him from everybody, including himself. Oh, and stay away from downtown on the 18th. It's about to get smoggy. Alright, cool. Can I have my money? Face Off, I was in that movie. Is this where I get my face off? You guys are paid to protect him from everybody, including himself. You understand me?
Oh, I'm taking that painting. Watch me.
Welcome to the Movie Night Review. It's going to be a quick review, but ladies and gentlemen, this is Face Off 1997. As you can see, I have the VHS. Come on now, huh? How cool is that? I'm going to give a shout out to Will DeVokes for that little appearance. I appreciate that, pal. That was pretty hilarious. Okay, I appreciate that. Now, let me tell you something about this movie, ladies and gentlemen. Originally supposed to come out in 1990, and that's when the idea came to be. And they had Michael Douglas and Harrison Ford attached to the project. Would have been a great casting decision if they would have got those two. But you know what? Who would have played the bad guy? Who knew? Who knows? But of course, the movie didn't get picked up until years later, and then they actually had Al Pacino and Robert De Niro up for the considered for the roles. Now, I don't know how you feel about it, but me, I think that would have been a great choice. Al Pacino, Robert De Niro, the chemistry's there. You know it is. But they were filming Heat at the time, so they were unavailable. So they had the next best choice, which is John Travolta and Nicolas Cage for the roles. And you can't get better than these two actors for a role like this. If you're going to watch this movie, you're going to watch it based on the performances by Nicolas Cage and John Travolta alone. Nicolas Cage especially, because he just did amazing throughout this film. He's coming off the heels of The Rock with Sean Connery. So this film is just like the next stepping stone in his career to build him up to be the next mega blockbuster star that he is. Now, of course, they had Arnold Schwarzenegger and Sylvester Stallone lined up to play these roles, but no. Even if they were considered, there was no way I can see these guys playing this character. I can see Michael Douglas and Harrison Ford, Robert De Niro, and Al Pacino. For example, Michael Douglas, who didn't get the role, believe it or not, ends up being a producer on this film in '97. I thought that was pretty cool. At least he had a little bit of a say during the production. Now, this film is an all-out war. I'm telling you right now, it just brings you to the edge of your seat from start to finish. You got Castor Troy, played by Nicolas Cage, Sean Archer, played by John Travolta, and they switch faces, they switch personalities. But let me tell you something. Even though Castor Troy is now John Travolta and Sean Archer is now Nicolas Cage, it's just the acting is amazing. They actually spent 2 or 3 weeks together learning to do each other's movements and everything like that, learn about each other's characters. I thought that was pretty badass when you ask me. And when you find out these two guys, are going to be in the film, and then you look at the film and you see it from start to finish, Sean Archer's son gets killed by the terrorist, Castor Troy. One thing leads to another. It's an all-out war. Years go by. Sean Archer is out for revenge. He finally gets him, but, he ends up in a coma after an accident. And the scientists say we can make this happen, the face transplant. One thing leads to another. The FBI, everybody, the city, the government wants Sean Archer to switch faces with Castor Troy so he can get into the jail cell, find out what Castor Troy's brother knows about the next upcoming terrorist bomb threat. And let me tell you something. It's even that scene by itself is amazing because John Travolta plays that so well. And let me tell you something. He plays the bad guy very well. But let me tell you something about this film. Every scene matters. Every scene going forward matters because it's just unstoppable. Great performances by both. Every character in the movie is good. Even the wife of John Travolta, Sean Archer, she does amazing in this movie. And the chemistry between her and John Travolta in the movie are pretty good. Whether he's a bad guy or a good guy, it's pretty badass. But throughout the film, Castor Troy finally gets out of prison. Because he's put in there for a reason, you know what I mean? Well, it's not really Castor Troy. It's Sean Archer under Castor Troy's disguise. Now, once he gets out of prison, he's going to go after John Travolta's Castor Troy. It's confusing, but I'm telling you right now, yes, the story might sound wacko, but it's a must-see film. So I highly recommend anybody that hasn't seen it to go see it. I mean, the movie has a 92% on Rotten Tomatoes. It cost about $80 million to make, and it made over $245 million at the box office. You talk about a commercial success, that is a commercial success. Even if it didn't have John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, and it had like Al Pacino or Robert De Niro, it would have still done very well. But like I said, from start to finish, the action does not disappoint in this film. I just saw it about a week ago. I actually talked to a few people about it, and I'm telling you right now, It's amazing. I'm gonna get my guest tonight, Scott's input on Face Off and see what he thinks about it. Me, I want to just get straight to the point, straight to the gravy, and that is the sequel that everybody's talking about. 20 plus years later, they're gonna do a sequel, and guess what? John Travolta and Nicolas Cage are coming back. You ask, how is Castor Troy coming back? Well, at the end of the movie, when he was still as John Travolta, he has a bandage on him after that big explosive finale, and that I'm not going to spoil because I want people that haven't seen the movie to go see it. He has a bandage. He has a bandage on his stomach. Well, I'm kind of spoiling the ending right there. For God's sake, I guess I am. Well, it is what it is. It's still a great movie, even if I'm spoiling the ending. But he has a bandage there, and he's not covered up. And plus, he was in a coma early in the film. Why can't he be in a coma for the next 20 years? Huh? He comes out, goes out for revenge. If you're going to bring back John Travolta and Nicolas Cage for this movie, you got to do it that way. You got to have one of them in a coma, come out for revenge. And John Travolta still looks good, still has everything he can do. Not the hair, but they got treatments and they got these little technologies that can put the hair back on your head. Anyways, long story short, go see this film. It's an amazing film. Face Off 1997. John Travolta, Nicolas Cage, John Travolta, Sean Archer, Castor Troy, Sean Archer. It's a must-see. You got to go see it. You got to go see it. All right? There's so much trivia about this film, but I'm not going to bore you with all that because we got a long show for you tonight. So, ladies and gentlemen, please, coming up next, I got a great interview with my pal, the home of Halloween's You Run podcast host, Scott Harden. Don't go anywhere, because if you do, I'll find out. See, I have little ways of finding out if people stop watching my video. Actually, I don't, but please, stick around. Stick around. I know you came here for Scott. You didn't come here for me. You came here for Scott. It's coming up next. We'll see you right now.
Ladies and gentlemen, don't forget to subscribe and hit that notification bar.
Scott, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Ladies and gentlemen, let me introduce to you my God, a great friend of mine. And I'm not just saying that. He's a really good friend of mine. The host, I'm telling you, the host with the most. The host of the home of Halloween You Run podcast. Ladies and gentlemen, Scott Harden.
Hi.
There's the guy. There's the guy, man. I mean, we talk all the time, but I do appreciate you coming on, man. This means a lot to me. This is my first guest. You're my first guest, so this really means a lot to me. So I hope you have a drink ready.
I do. I'm not as classy as you, though. We're in the UK.
No.
We only get canned.
See, that's the thing about Zoom. I don't know where I'm looking, but I know you're in there somewhere. But yeah, for sure. No, cheers, man.
Cheers.
I'm having
as I was coming on your show, though, I did get myself one of these ready.
Oh, nice.
Wow.
See, I have one ready for the end. So when we
okay, well,
do our final, go for it.
I'm gonna have mine now.
Yeah, go for it. I'm gonna have it at the end, but right now I just have the little glass ready to go and stuff like that. So how you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. It's been a wild ride the last couple of months. It's just been it's been insane. So we've had so much has gone on the show since you come on back in beginning of season 2. It's just gone crazy. We've had guest after guest, and then we ended up with Naomi Grossman and Luke Mishra from 1BR, and it's just snowballed. And then I've had a break, and I come back with the first episode, and that just exploded, and I was gobsmacked at how big that went.
That was a fantastic episode. I mean, that was the finale. The bonus episode was just fantastic. The way you put it together and everything like that. Their insights on the movie, unbelievable. It was really good. I highly recommend people going to check that out. And that's a part of season 2, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
just want to confirm. Am I looking at you, or am I looking at? Okay.
No, you're looking at me.
Like I said, it's the first for me, so I'm trying to figure
Are you
this
looking
out.
at me? Are you talking to me?
I was like, where are you? No, because I don't, all I need right now is one eye going this way and one eye going. And that'll make the show right there. Oh, man. But yeah, I mean, I'm telling you right now, from a person that's actually listened to the whole season, 1 and 2, I'm telling you right now, it just kept getting better, kept getting better. So I applaud you on that, and always coming up with new stuff for the show. I could just imagine what you have planned for season 3.
There's some crazy stuff planned for season 3. There's some real crazy stuff. So I've got an episode where I'm reviewing the Blair Witch Project, and I'm going to be doing my part of that recording from deep within the heart of the New Forest in the middle of the night. And it was something that I threw out to the guest I've got on and went, oh, it'd be really funny if I'd done this.
Yeah.
And because I've told someone, I now have to do it. I've dug myself into a hole where it's going to happen now. So I've managed to rope in another 3 people to come out and sit in the forest to make sure that I don't end up killed.
You've done that a few times on your show. You're like, oh, I regret to do this. I regret to review this movie. So I remember, I could just imagine what you're going through on that one.
Yeah, it's going to be interesting. I'm not particularly scared of much, but I don't relish the thought of being sat in the forest at night. It doesn't appeal to me.
No, nobody wants to do that. Nobody wants to do that.
But it'll make for a fun episode.
No, I'm looking forward to it. Can we just appreciate the background right now? Like your freaking setup, like that's so fucking cool.
Well, I'm the home of Halloween. I couldn't just turn up with a plain white background.
Oh man, I'm telling you right now, I see a chain in the background, a Michael Myers mask.
Oh,
You got everything.
We've got Freddie. So Freddie is all dressed up. He's got his shades on and his hat. We've got Michael Myers is wearing a top hat. They're coming on your show, so they've dressed up for the occasion.
I love it. And I do appreciate that. Oh, man. And besides the show, I want to just get a little details about you, because a lot of people probably don't know some stuff about you. I'm pretty sure you've mentioned this on your show. But, like, for example, how did you come up with such an amazing podcast? And not just that, Home of Halloween, the name. I mean, that's a badass name. Right?
It really kind of came out of nowhere. I love horror movies, obviously, and I listen to a lot of horror podcasts. And what I found is all of the horror podcasts will let you pick a movie, or they'll let you make a comment, or they'll let you be interactive. But to do that, you need to pay them through Patreon or through buying them a coffee or something like that. And I thought, well, why is no one doing this and just letting people be involved? Why are they sticking everything up behind paywalls?
Exactly.
And I wanted to do one for a while, and I talked it over with Lisa, and she went, just do it. Just record one, put it out, and see what happens. And I did, and yeah, it snowballed from there. So it's like season 1, I found my feet and I worked out how to record a podcast and how to distribute it. And then season 2, I'd got the hang of the basics, and then I started bringing on guests. And now season 3, I've got a good idea what I'm doing now. And I'm trying to change the show, and I'm listening to what people say. So if I have a listener who'll message me or reach out to me and go, I really like what you've done there, I'll do more of it. If I get someone who messaged me and goes, that was shit, why have you done that? I take it out, because I'm trying to please everybody. As much as I can be. And the name was actually come from family. So we have a huge Halloween party every year, and have done for years. We are known as the home of Halloween. And that's how it came about. It was actually
that's where it came from. Wow.
What our family call us. We are the home of Halloween.
Now, that's interesting. I mean, I didn't think it came from that. I thought it was just like off the top of your head, because the stuff that you actually come out with on this show, you go on Instagram or just whatever, the stuff that innovative that you come up with. I'm telling you right now, I've never seen before. The fact that you give the audience the power, the fans the power to choose the movies that you might not even want to review, but you're like, hey, I gotta do it. That's the job. I think that's pretty badass.
See, I like that because it makes it more interesting for me as well. It makes it a little bit harder. I can't pre-plan, but it's kind of like I'll put a poll out with like the greatest horror movie ever made, and it'll be against something that's fucking terrible. And it's like I know what's going to win, and I'll start doing research and like I'll watch the movie that I know is going to win, and then it doesn't win, and it's like what? Yeah, it's good. It keeps me on my toes.
Oh man, I could just imagine that. And every episode, I'm telling you right now, I look forward to it. There's not a dull moment about it. Like everything about the show, whether you're promoting something, whether you have the guest, whether you're doing the movie itself, it's just to me, it's amazing. That's why a lot of people are going to ask, why do you have this guy Scott on your show? And I'm going to tell straight up, you don't have a podcast as badass as he does. I mean, that's the truth, and there's no doubt about it. There's no way I was gonna have anybody else come on the first episode of season 3. It's crazy that we're both having season 3 back to back. It's pretty badass. You inspired me to bring it back, though. You did.
Well, when I was talking to you and you were like, "Yeah, it's going to be coming. It's this far away, and it's this far away," I was like, "Oh, come on." I've waited ages. How long have you been gone? Is it 4 months?
Yeah, since March. I did like a special in May, but still.
It's way too long.
Yeah, I mean, I took a little summer break. No, but what was I gonna say? It's kind of like the old talk shows. Jay Leno and David Letterman. They were back to back at the same time on 11:30 and 10. Was something like that. They were on different networks, but around the same time. And that's how I feel like with me and you. So it's gonna be pretty fun going at it with each other for a while. It's gonna be pretty cool. I'm definitely gonna promote the hell out of you on my show. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Oh, thank you very much. And I think it's only fair that I give your viewers a couple of special announcements, if that's okay.
Hey, it's all yours. Go around.
So I've got some guests booked for this season. 2 of those guests, one of them is actually here. It is you. You're coming back on.
Whoa.
And so is Mark from MW Horror Reviews, who come on for the season finale.
Such a great guy. Great guy.
You 2 are coming on together. And you're not just going to be my guests, you're going to be my co-hosts. As we take on What the Fuck Did I Just Watch Week.
Co-host. Okay, now there's another cheers. Another cheers to
that. And the movie of choice, because I've not told you what won the poll yet, and I haven't told Mark either. So the winner of the poll, we are going to watch the instant horror classic Sharknado.
Oh man, I'm not even joking. I've been hoping that was the pick. I mean, I was looking at the polls, but I was like, man, I just want to annihilate that movie so bad. Oh man,
Mark's not seen it yet either.
Oh man, I gotta watch it though. I seen clips, I seen it on TV, but I turned it off immediately. But now I'm gonna definitely watch it straight through, and I'm gonna have a giant glass of this on the way to do it.
just abandon the glass and just go with the bottle.
Just go with the bottle. Oh man, I'm gonna do that too. I'm telling you, it's gonna be fun. I'm honored. Thank you for having me on. I couldn't do it with 2 better guys. I'm telling you right now, you and Mark. I mean, can't get better than that. I'm telling you right now.
Yeah, no, I'm delighted to have both of you back. I say I got such good feedback from the audience that I've shared a bit with you and a bit with Mark. But genuinely, the amount of people who reached out and said, "When's Bruce coming back on? When's Mark coming back on?" It was like, I'm going to get them both back on, and I'm going to bring them on together.
There you go. Just kill two birds with one stone, right?
But no one else knows that yet, so I've not announced it anywhere. No one's got any idea that you're coming back on the show, which I think is great. So the first time they're going to find out is watching this show.
Yeah, and I appreciate that. That is one hell of a surprise for a lot of people that are going to be tuning in. Trust me, this show is going to bring in a lot of viewers. I just have a feeling, and I feel like it's going to keep getting better after this. But we'll see what happens. I do want to mention, you mentioned your wife Lisa. I would like to know, if you're into discussing it with me, how did you guys meet? If you don't mind me asking.
Lisa deems it was a little bit like fate. So I was booked to go on a works Christmas do, and I was meant to be going to London. Last minute that all fell through, and we cobbled something together and ended up in Southampton. And I met Lisa on a night out. We had a couple of drinks, we spoke, we got on. And then she sent me a text the following day, said, would you like to come down next weekend? And then, yeah, years later and multiple children later, I'm still here.
Wow. And you have one kid or two kids?
We've got 2 kids together. I've got my boy from my previous marriage lives with us, and Lisa's boy from her previous marriage lives with us as well. So 4 in total.
Well, I'm going to take time and I'm going to have another one just to give you a cheers on a good future with your wife and kids, and a healthy one too, man. There you go.
Thank you very much. Thank you.
I have no kids. I had to throw that out there.
They're lovely, but the stress levels they cause are very, very high.
I have a feeling this is where you usually hang out when things go rough.
This is my safe place.
It's your safe
What
place.
I normally do, so this is actually where I record. So I'll come out here and I'll go like this.
They're like, Dad. You're like, I don't hear
And then once the headphones are on, the world is great.
Oh man, I could just imagine. I'm telling you right now, it has to be a joy. At the end of the day, you got a great big family. Your kids, your wife. By the way, I followed her on Instagram.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I did. I remember we were talking about it. And I was like, yeah, let me shoot her a follow. And then what else? But yeah, that's pretty much it on that part. I did want to get your insights on Face Off, because that is the movie review for this episode, and I know you're a huge fan. So if you can just delight me with some of your insights on the movie.
Yeah, see, Face Off I absolutely love. It's the most far-fetched and ridiculous film ever, but you can't help but like it. You've got Nicolas Cage and John Travolta just knock it out of the park. Their performances are amazing. And especially when they're playing around with the voices and they're sort of dubbing over each other.
Yeah.
That they even change their mannerisms to match the other person, and that's just a testament to how good they are as actors, especially Nicolas Cage. I've got a minor obsession with Nicolas Cage. I think he's amazing.
Nicolas Cage, you can't get better than that, especially and he's coming off of the heels of The Rock. You seen that movie yet or no?
Yeah.
So he's coming off that one with Sean Connery to go and do Face Off. He just keeps getting better and better, and it's like, wow. And John Travolta did good, but don't get me wrong. I mean, holy shit, he stole a movie, Nicolas Cage.
Yeah, and the thing with Nicolas Cage is, like, now he's reached a point in his career where he's doing stuff that he just wants to do. So he's done some really out there movies. So he done Willy's Wonderland, which is so crazy.
I need to see that. I have not seen that movie.
It's the most insane thing, and it's Nicolas Cage at his most insane for the entire movie. It's so strange, but he's one of those actors that when you watch him, he just draws you in, and once he's hooked you, that's it. You'll watch the whole thing.
No, I hear you. I'm still waiting for another Ghost Rider movie with him. I always enjoy him in that kind of movies, But and of course, I mentioned this earlier in my movie review. What do you think about the sequel?
We've spoken about this a bit before today, and I just don't know how they're going to make it work. I'm pretty sure, having watched the movie again recently, I'm pretty sure that Nicolas Cage, or Castor Troy, was dead. And I don't know how they can bring him back. And that's where I'm stuck.
Well, just like I mentioned earlier, you know, I'm telling you right now, at the end of the movie, you know, you notice the bandage right on his on while he's in the ambulance. He has like a
Yeah.
bandage. Yeah, so they don't really cover him up, John Travolta's character. Well, he's Castor Troy, but at the same time, John Travolta, who I'm talking about, he has a huge bandage on his waist. Why would they do that?
Yeah. No, that's right. Yeah, I never thought of that.
He's not covered. He's just sitting
No.
there. He was in a coma, you know, so it's possible that he could still be in a coma 25 years later when they do the sequel, and he came out of a coma and he's out for revenge.
Again, it's really far-fetched, but I'll buy it. I'll buy it, and I'll 100% be sat in the cinema watching it.
It's insane to think about, but when you really look back at it and look at that ending, I mean, it's like they never confirmed it that he died. He was just sitting there. Nicolas Cage took off the ring. There was no confirmation on death. So well, I guess we're gonna have to wait and see. But the director did say that it's possible that he's still alive because he wants both of them back.
Yeah, have they given any details on dates or anything yet?
Not that I'm aware of. They just have it confirmed that there's gonna be a sequel. Supposedly there was rumors about the reboot, but no, the director said no. We're gonna go do a direct sequel. And so far, Nicolas Cage is on board and John Travolta's on board. So, like I said, there goes right there the spoiler. John Travolta's coming back. I mean, you get it. Nicolas Cage is coming back.
Yeah.
So you can't have a face-off sequel without Nicolas Cage.
No, it wouldn't work. And when they were talking about a reboot, I was really not interested. It's like I'm not a big fan of reboots. I don't see why redo something that we've already seen and we already love.
Yeah.
Make something new or make a sequel. Don't keep going back and. I mean, how many times have they rebooted and redone franchises again and again and again? It's like just stop.
Exactly. And if they would have done it with different people, I could see like, oh no, nobody wants to see that. But since they're coming back, and Nicolas Cage, man, he's doing a bunch of these direct to a TV. It's not going to theaters and stuff like that. So on demand. So I'm a little hopeful that it's gonna do good, but you never know nowadays. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, I think it will. I think a lot of people are doing the direct to streaming services now. I think I'm guessing that the movie industry's changed a lot, especially because of COVID. It's changed the movie industry. It's made them all think of new ways to make money. If the cinemas aren't there, they need to still work.
I mean, just look at us. If this wasn't, you know, if it wasn't for COVID, I would have you here right now.
You'd have flown me out.
I would have been like, come out here, I got you. Don't worry, I'll get your ticket. Then I see the receipt. He stopped here? What? He stopped. I'm like, wait a minute. No, but another thing I wanted to ask you is what are 3 things would you say that people just don't know about you that you would be okay expressing?
Well, I think one of the strangest things about me is I don't believe in anything paranormal. I've got a horror movie review podcast. I watch a lot of horror movies, but I'm not a believer. I'm not a believer in ghosts. I'm not a believer in aliens. I'm very much I don't think it's there. So that's one thing that's strange. The other thing that people don't know about me is I spent a period of my life in my early 20s as a holiday rep and a clubbing resort in Europe.
Nice.
That was an interesting time in my life.
I can just imagine.
But most of my times in places look very similar to where you are right now.
There you go.
And the last thing I'm going to share, which I don't know, the only people who know this about me are my family, and they torment me with it. I have an irrational fear of an animal, and it's not a normal animal that people are scared of. So I'm not scared of spiders or snakes. I'm scared of guinea pigs.
I never heard of that one before, so that's a first.
It's a genuine. I can't touch them. I can't go near them. The noise they make freaks me out. That is probably my one only fear is I'm scared of guinea pigs.
So
Probably.
if I ever send you a guinea pig, that's it for our friendship.
There's actually a horror movie called Guinea Pig that people have been trying to get me to watch.
I've never seen it.
I don't even know if it's about guinea pigs, but I'm 100% not down for watching it because it's called Guinea Pig.
Unbelievable. I'm actually interested. I'm gonna probably check it out. I'll let you know how it is.
Yeah, please do.
Man, Scott, of course I appreciate you coming on the show, no doubt about it. Would you mind sticking around for the music performance?
Yeah, no, I'd love to. Love
Yeah.
to.
Well, all right, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, that is Scott. He's gonna stick around. We're gonna get a little more from him. But right now, these guys, like I told you earlier today, Pussycherry, one of the all-time greats on my show. They were actually on the very first episode of my show. This is another new performance by them. They're doing a cover song. So please give a warm welcome and enjoy this great performance by Pussycherry. I'm telling you right now, you guys are going to enjoy it. Take it away.
I'm so tired of playing with this bow and arrow. Gonna keep my heart away, even to the other girls to play. For I've been a temptress for too long. Just give me the reason to love you. We are looking at a different picture through this new frame of mind. 1,000 flowers could bloom. So move over and give us some room, yeah. Give me a reason to love you. Give me a reason to be. It's time to move over. Well, it's all I wanna, baby. I'm so playing with this fire wind I run. Gonna give my heart away, leaving to the other girls to play. I've been attentious for too long, just
was awesome. Oh man, Pussycherry, I want to thank you guys again for that performance. I mean, I couldn't have done it without you again. Starting off the season just like I did in the first season. I mean, season 3 and season 1. Thank you guys. If anybody wants information about Pussycherry, the links will be below. I mean, holy shit, that was awesome, wasn't it, Scott?
They're superb. That's the type of music that I can just flick on and sit there and have a drink. Yeah, they're fantastic.
Exactly. Just be there in person. Exactly. Right now we're gonna take a quick break, and believe it or not, we're gonna come back with one more performance. Scott, please stick around, and
Okay.
and like I said, we'll be right back. Don't go anywhere.
Smile, you son of a bitch. You are now listening to Home of Halloween's podcast. This is the horror movie review podcast run and controlled by you, the listeners. You want to die tonight? You choose the movies I review. You also get to have your say in the 3-word review.
It's time you fucks contributed something to the cause.
I promise you, you have never heard a podcast like this before. So welcome to the You Run podcast.
And we're back, ladies and gentlemen, and let me tell you, we got one more great performance ahead, and that is Tempt. Ladies and gentlemen, you guys are gonna enjoy this. Take it away.
Over stony ground, such a lust for
I mean, I couldn't believe I got two badass performances on this show. I just want to say, Temp, you guys did amazing. And if anybody wants information about Temp or Pussycherry, the links are going to be below for both performances, both bands. Scott, I mean, come on. Look at that.
I thought Def Leppard were here.
Yes. Yes, exactly.
Exceptional. Absolutely exceptional.
You see that?
You close your eyes and you can't tell.
Exactly.
You can't tell.
I knew I just had to have these guys on the first episode. It was just amazing. When I saw the performances, I was like, gotta get out to these guys, reach out to them, and thankfully they accepted and they agreed to come on. So I want to thank them, Tempt and Pussycherry, two great bands, for coming on the show. And Scott, I couldn't thank you enough. I mean, I'm gonna be honest with you. This is amazing. I appreciate you coming on, and I hope you can fill up your glass right now, because I'm about to fill up mine and finish off the Jack.
Yeah, see, I've got one filled. I've got someone off camera filling them for me.
You got a secret hand?
Yeah.
Oh, this is gonna hit the spot. But yeah, man, thanks for coming on the show. I do appreciate you taking the time out of your schedule. I know you're busy as hell. Trust me, if anybody's busy right now, it's you working on season 3. I'm telling you right now, there's not a better show to watch or listen to, believe it or not. Question before we cheers. Any chance of going to video?
Kind of. I've got a couple of little mini series coming, which are there's episode 1 I've recorded with some haunted dolls. So there's an episode coming on the back of that, and then later on when I'm doing the Blair Witch episode, there's going to be a mini episode coming on the back of that.
Wow.
And further down in the season, there's a couple of other bits. I don't know whether I'll do the whole podcast on video, but there's going to be elements of video that are going to start appearing.
Well, if anybody's missed September 7th, I'm telling you right now, go back and watch it. You're going to enjoy it. You're going to love it. This guy just keeps outdoing himself. Scott Harden, thank you, man. Cheers.
Thank you for having me.
Ladies and gentlemen, I couldn't be more happy with this show. I want to thank my guest tonight, Scott Harden. The guy is just a brilliant guy. Came up with this whole concept, Home of Halloween. You know, this guy, he keeps growing. His Instagram account, you know, the podcast itself is growing. It's evolving. You know, it's just a matter of time before his show becomes to the top of the mountain right there, top of the food chain. It's just a matter of time. And just the guy himself, Scott, an intelligent individual, much respect to him. Once again, congratulations to him and his wife and his kids. Can't get better than that. And ladies and gentlemen, Pussycherry, Tempt, and let me tell you something. Thank you guys for being a part of the show. Pussycherry and Tempt. You guys want any information about them? Like I told you before, their information will be in the links below. Thank you guys once again for being a part of the show. I hope to have you guys back down the line. And what a show we had tonight. I want to thank everybody. If you haven't already, please subscribe to my channel. Click that little button so you can get the notifications every week when I upload a new video, or just a regular video of me just staring at you. Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have a good time. Be safe out there. Wear your mask, okay? Wear your mask. And protect each other, okay? Because at the end of the day, we only have each other, okay? We only have each other. I made a post the other day on social media. Be kind to the people you meet on the way up, because you're going to meet the same people on the way down. It's true. It's life. It's facts. I'll see you next week. Take it easy. Peace.
For I've been a temptress for too long.
Stay tuned for next week. We have actor and comedian Alex Scooby on the show.